Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Koiken Otome. Let's continue. The next day.
動力が使えないのに覗きに成功するなんて。スケベ力よ、スケベ力。驚きよね。おばくんもおばか。
I'm surrounded by the girls, their doryoku vessels still in hand. A doryoku vessel without doryoku is really just a blunt object. I'm grateful for that much, though it still hurts like hell to be hit with it. If it weren't for that, I'd probably be 6 feet under by now. Even so, my body had already been beaten to the point of exhaustion, and the girls' stares are equally painful in their own way. This is the very definition of an assault on both body and mind.
妙なところで男をあげたな、おば。寮長が男の中の男だって褒めてたぞ。
あやかりたくはないが、根性だけは見上げたものだ。
Ah, the boy's words are stinging too.
セイジ、お前、男子たちの間でヒーローになっているぞ。
A hero of what exactly?
僕が見る前に帰ることになってよかったよ。
It wasn't good for me in any way. I grind my teeth. Akane and Kamishiro look at me from a distance. Hey, why are you looking at me from so far away? I already said I'll never do it again.
その言葉、私は信じているぞ。詳しい事情は藤島先生から聞いたしな。まあ、先輩から言われてイヤイヤしたことだろう。
It looks like the damage on my relationship with Akane has been lowered somewhat.
しかしセイジ、お前よく死なずに済んだな。
Yeah, I was surprised too.
藤島先生が守った。
Huh? Now that you mention it, if it was her, she could definitely do something like that.
とにかく、聖一が自発的にしたことではないと聞いて、私は安心しているから。
I mean, he could have just refused, like Ota, for example. Even though Akane encourages me, the distance between us is still significant. Is it from the guild? Ugh, it's just too shameful. Between the stares of the girls who see me as nothing more than an insect and the boys who are looking at me with envy and respect, I wish I could just vanish. Early morning at the dorm. Everyone gets up at 6 a.m., gets dressed and eats breakfast in the dining room from 7 to 8 a.m. Chiharu yawns widely and drops her head to the table. What, is Chiharu not a morning person?
ゆうべさ、なかなか眠れなくて。千春さん、ゆずの部屋に遊びに来て、消灯後も寂しいから一緒に寝ようって。もう大変だったんですよ。
Yuzu lets out a cute yawn. Chiharu, what on earth happened last night? What Yuzu said really has me worried.
我が妹よ、規律に従ってしっかりと寮生活をしないといかんぞ。
ちゃんと朝起きれてるんだからいいじゃん。もうゆずが起こさなかったらずっと寝たままだったじゃないですか。そうだよね。ゆずちゃん、ありがとう。だから抱きつかないでくださいよ。
Smiling bitterly at those two, I mutter. Well, it's true things are tougher here than back at home. Even though my parents nag at me, they always prepared my meals and took care of the cooking and cleaning. I didn't realize what that meant until I had it taken away from me.
聖一さんのお母さん、とても優しいですもんね。
You really think so? Whenever she opens her mouth, she always has something to complain or rant about. Honestly, even with all the hardships here, there's no way I want to go back home yet. Now that you mention it, your mom's really nice, isn't she, Yuzu?
はい。
I just said it on a whim, but Yuzu's smile comes off as unnatural somehow.
しかし初日から特訓の S クラスと違って C クラスはやっぱ楽そうだよな。
Just as I'm about to question Yuzu further, Jin suddenly changes the topic.
C クラスは動力を用いる実習や訓練はほとんどありませんからね。代わりに動力の仕組みや応用などについての研究が多いですね。
うわ、それはそれで頭使うことが多そうで嫌だな。
ちなみに樫の森の場合ですと2年生から専門分野に分かれるらしいです。ゆずは動力科学を専攻していますが、今はそれ以外のことも授業で習ってますよ。
Wow, that sounds pretty harsh.
樫の森は動力研究でも有名。ここでならトップクラスの研究もできる。はい、だからゆずはこの学園に来ました。将来は動力に関する発明家になりたいなと思ってます。
Yuzu flexes her arm and grasps her bicep in a show of enthusiasm. The classes in the research area must be pretty hard.
大変じゃないクラスなんてここにはない。
ああ、まさにその通りだな。俺たち S クラスも大変だが、他のクラスだって似たり寄ったりだと聞くぜ。
ああ、結局どのクラスになってたとしても同じだったんだね。
Chiharu said, I want to go to a lower class since it's more comfortable yesterday. Now she is grieving, heartbroken in the face of harsh reality.
そうだな。この学園に来たからには行獣座がのすべてが修行だと心得ないと。
行獣座がなんだそりゃ。
歩いていても止まっていても座っていても寝ていてもいつでもという意味。例えばこの食事も修行の一環だ。同じ釜の飯を食うと連帯感が高まるというしな。
So eating is training? That's why you're so engrossed in it?
おかしいか。みんなで食事をすると賑やかでいいじゃないか。楽しみながら修行ができるのだから、これはとてもいいことだぞ。食事は静かに楽しみたい。
On the other hand, Kamishiro is still at her usual pace. Since we're in dorms, I think that would be a luxury. It's a given that it'll get lively during mealtime.
ああ、そうだ。今朝ふと思ったのだが、
What about it?
早朝の外出は何時から可能なのだろう。門限は書いてあるけど、朝の外出については何も触れてなかったね。
Even if you can, what will you do?
ロードワークや訓練をしようと思ってな。うわ、やる気満々じゃん。少しでも人より多く訓練したいのだ。
Indeed, as expected from Akane. How about asking Fujishima-sensei?
そうだな。聞いてみよう。許可が下りたら早朝稽古に出てみるかな。好きにすればいい。よし、許可が下りたら早速明日から朝練だ。
The hot-blooded Jin shoots up in response to Akane's fiery spirit.
いいぞ靖国、その気合と根性応援するよ。
根性を見せないとな。
よし、じゃあ俺も根性を決めて朝練とやらに参。
Jin suddenly stops and slumps back into his chair.
どうしたジン。
すまん、立ちくらみが。
大丈夫ですかジンさん。兄貴は低血圧で低体温のくせに朝っぱらからのぼせたことを言うからだよ。
根性と気合でなんとかするから。
His anemia causes his voice to come out weakly. This guy's spirit and body just doesn't match up. Hey, we really need to get going.
今日も一日頑張ろう。
Akane's smile, as always, shines brightly.
上白さん、胸を貸してください。私も模擬戦お願いします。
Today, S-Class is training to improve their doryoku through their vessels. Ever since Kamishiro showed off on that first day, everyone's been clamoring to be her training partner.
無理。冷たいこと言わずにお願い。無駄。ちょっとだけ、ちょこっとだけでいいですから。無理。
Though Kamishiro keeps repeating this answer, these girls just won't call it quits.
わかりました。でも、せめて隣で上白さんの剣さばきを勉強させてください。私から勉強できることなんて何もない。そんなことありません。上白さんを真似すればきっと私たちだってクラスのトップレベルに。無駄。
Ignoring everyone crowded around her, Kamishiro draws out her sword and begins a slow dance. Almost immediately, an icy fog appears around Kamishiro, covering her slender body in a gentle embrace. Everyone still crowded around her, entranced. Their admiration is definitely the real deal. Nearby, other girls ask for lessons from Minato.
こんなもんかしら。
At that moment, Minato sheathes her vessel as you would a sword. From this subtle action, a fine mist rises, creating a beautiful rainbow. The girls shout with joy as they witness this sight.
トウコちゃんとシホちゃんの人気はすごいね。
Chiharu mutters as she suppresses her obvious smile. Looks like she's watching from a fair distance.
しょうがないだろう。ぶっちぎりで優秀なんだから。
湊さんは面倒見がいいらしくて、そっちの方でも評判みたいだよ。
Is that so? She's so strict towards Akane and me, but I guess you can judge a book by its cover. Kamishiro's great doryoku skill and Minato's talent and trustworthiness are overwhelming. The two most popular people in our class. Hey, why aren't you guys trying to learn from Kamishiro?
ほら、僕たちって生命操作系でさ、トウコちゃんとは全然系統が違うから、それこそ参考にするのは難しいなって。
それに俺たちは俺たちのペースでやればいいとも思うしな。
I see.
僕も移動系だから、同じ系統が得意な人になら教わってもいいかな。
A movement type? I think I'm starting to understand how tough it must be for you guys. I laugh as if I'm making fun of myself. After all, my doryoku level is phase triple S, but I can't use it at all, so I get what you're saying.
そうなんです。そのおかげでクラス判定の見直しを迫られてます。
Wow, Misa-sensei, how long have you been there? I shout in surprise as Misa-sensei shows up unexpectedly.
さっきからいましたけど。
Oh, she isn't wearing her glasses. I didn't notice at all. I can't underestimate her.
ミサ先生、もしかして瞬間移動ができるんですか？でも測定の時にシールドを貼っていたような。柴崎くんは移動系でしたね。でも私の動力は回復系だからそれはできないんですよ。でも教師としてコツだけなら知っていますから教えましょうか？はい、ぜひお願いします。空間移動に必要なのはとにかく空間を正確に把握する能力です。自分がどこにいてどこに移動するのか、その距離感を正しくイメージすることが何より大切なんですよ。イメージ。はい、わかりました。最初のうちはある程度の目印があった方がいいようですね。先生が目印役になりますから、そこをイメージして飛んでみてくださいね。
Misa-sensei trots away and stops to mark the target.
柴崎くん、ここに飛んでごらんなさい。
Misa-sensei shouts from a distance.
はい、今行きます。えい！
Kaoru suddenly disappears before reappearing near Misa-sensei. However, appearing a solid 30 centimeters above ground, Kaoru quickly loses his balance and falls.
わかりますか？ 距離感や位置を正しくイメージできないとそういう結果になるんですよ。はい。
Still kneeling on the ground, Kaoru nods his head in acknowledgement. Somehow, they almost look like real sisters. Everyone's trying their best.
やっ
Akane, immersed in her training, continues yelling as if she were the only person in the world. I don't have anything better to do, so I head towards Akane. You sure are working hard, Akane. Even as I call out to her, Akane continues with her training for a while before finally answering me.
もちろんだ。なんとしてもホムラコとナオサメを使いこなしたいからな。
Oh yeah, were you given permission to go out early in the morning?
許可を取った。寮の門は毎朝5時から開場されているそうだ。
Then you're going to be training every morning starting tomorrow?
それくらいやらないと S クラスの他のみんなに追いつけないからな。
That's right, you always work harder than anyone else.
私は他の人以上に頑張らないとダメなのだ。
So Akane says with clear self-deprecation, I can't do anything to help, but I want to do something for her. For someone like me who can't even use Doryoku, even that might amount to nothing. Still, I want to help Akane from the bottom of my heart. Hey, can I help you with anything? Rather than practicing alone, why don't we help each other out?
そうか。それはありがたい。
Akane's expression suddenly becomes a lot brighter.
ちょうどよかった。イメージトレーニングに付き合ってほしい。
Yeah! Wait, what am I supposed to do?
剣を構えて立っていてくれればいい。
That doesn't sound useful, but it sounds easy enough. Let's see. Like this? I stand in front of Akane and take a stance. I don't know much about swordsmanship, but even I know how to take a stance.
それでいい。動かないで。じっとしていてくれ。
Akane grips her sword as she stares at me. Homura Koduna Osame is facing directly at me. Even if this isn't a real fight, the pressure from that sword is real enough.
ありがとう。もう十分だ。
Eh? We are done already? You didn't even swing your sword.
イメージをつかむことができたから。
I thought you were going to attack me, but is it okay not to?
剣を振れば少なからず動力が働く。ありがとう。もう十分だ。
Okay, alright. I stand beside Akane and take the same stance. Akane moves to the side and swings her sword. Wah! I am blown away by a scorching hot wind.
あ、聖地！
Hot, hot, hot! Huh? Even though I felt a strong heat, I'm not burnt anywhere at all. It seems that there was no actual flame.
大丈夫か、聖地？
Oh, yeah, just now. Was that a residual from your Doryoku?
すまん。ヨハが行くことに気が回っていなかった。
こら、貴様たち！
Fujishima sensei rushes over.
動力をコントロールしきれていないのに危ないだろうが。
すみません。
靖国は他の学生と組んで訓練しろ。
はい。
Akane looks depressed. She bows to Fujishima sensei and me, then goes off to train with someone else.
貴様もだ、オーバー。うかつに動力使いのそばをうろうろするな。
I'm sorry.
動力で攻撃できないにしても自分の身を守る程度には発動させろ。
If I could do that, I wouldn't be having a hard time like this.
それもそうか。なんとか防御だけでもできないものか。
Fujishima sensei folds her arms and thinks to herself for a while. Fujishima sensei, I've been thinking about this for a while.
なんだ。
In Jin and Chiharu's case, they can share their power.
双子の動力使いにたまに見られる現象だな。それがなんだ。
Well, even if you aren't related, is it possible to draw Doryoku from others?
私が貴様の動力を一部引き出すというのか。
When I nod, Fujishima sensei just gives a bitter smile.
それができれば苦労はしないという点で貴様と同じ気分だ。
Huh, so it's impossible after all.
息が合う合わないで動力の出方が変わることは往々にしてある。ただしそれは動力を発現できる者同士での話だ。
For someone like me who can't even use his doryok at all, changing my aptitude is a far-off dream. Still, there's no way that I'm going to give up. Isn't there some other way?
うん。貴様が持っている防衛本能で動力が発現する可能性は否めない。
Natural defense instinct? You mean like closing my eyes when something dangerous happens?
うん。しかし貴様とて危ない思いの一つや二つはしただろう。
If by experience you mean falling downstairs and from my bicycle, then yeah. It sounds easy enough, but it's not something you can just make happen.
私が動力を最小限に制御しつつ貴様に攻撃してみよう。
Ah, it's possible that it'll appear if I'm in danger. That's it!
その通りだ。成功するかはわからないがやってみる価値はあるだろう。
Yes, I'm in your care. Training with Fujishima Sensei provides me a setting in which I won't die. I'm excited about this, but...
今日はここまでにしよう。
Thank you. Fujishima Sensei's special training is beyond what mere words can describe. After all, her Doryoku type is strength. She was holding back, but a single punch still felt like I was being shot into the sky. Even when I try to endure it, my whole body aches in pain and gives out.
すぐに筋肉痛が出るとはさすがに若いな。
Don't hahaha me. This is more than just muscular pain. I'm definitely damaged for life. Or so I'd like to say, but I can barely even move a finger, let alone open my mouth.
しかしこれでもダメだったか。もっと危険な目に遭えばあるいはと思うが。
She looks at me with a straight face.
可愛い教え子を相手にそこまではできんからな。
I was looking up to this person till now. Should I be moved a little by that?
いずれにしろ別の方法を考えないとな。
Right.
気を落とすな。石橋先生とも相談してみるから諦めるなよ。
Yes, thank you. I have no intention of giving up, but it still depresses me. When I think of everything I aspired to do here in Kashinomori Academy, I can't help but think.
もういい加減にしてくれないかしら。
Hearing what sounds like a girl's disgusted voice, I turn to see what's going on.
そう言わずもう一度だけ。
Akane bows to a girl that just swung her sword.
熱心なのはとてもいいことだと思うけど、こう何度も何度も挑まれてたらこっちの練習ができないじゃない。カイフェーズの靖国さんと練習しても私たちの動力は全然上がらないし、それは練習ならさっきしていたみたいに大場くんとしてよ。大場くんなら動力も使えないから一緒に練習しても迷惑にはならないと思うな。しかし聖一では逆に私の動力から身を守ることもできず、靖国さんの動力フェーズならそんなに危なくもないんじゃないかな。とにかく次は彼女と組むから。私だって動力の練習がしたいのよ。だからごめんなさい。それはそうだな。私の方こそ無理を言ってすまなかった。
Akane lowers her head and starts walking away. She looks so lonely, so I call out to her unintentionally. Hey, Akane.
あ、聖一。
Don't worry about them. I can be your partner if you want.
ありがとう。聖一の気持ちには心から感謝する。
Then please stop boring, alright?
いや、本当に感謝しているのだ。しかし、稽古に付き合わせるのは相手がいないなら私がなる。
Kamishiro? Seeing Kamishiro come over, sword in hand, Akane's eyes widen. Honestly, even I'm surprised.
訓練、時間ないから。
Kamishiro's expression doesn't change in the slightest as she walks towards Akane.
いや、その気持ちは嬉しいが、瞳子の足を引っ張りはしないのか。
Akane's worried about what those girls said to her earlier. However, Kamishiro gives an answer devoid of expression.
引っ張らない。そうか。では、よろしく頼む。素振り、刀身に動力を絡めて。
Kamishiro says as they start practicing. I feel cold air touching my face, but there is no huge after effect coming from Kamishiro's sword. That means she's controlling her Doryoku perfectly.
さすがは瞳子だな。よし、私も。
Looking upon Kamishiro's beautiful form, Akane's eyes shine brightly as she grasps her sword.
刀身に動力を絡めて。コントロール。効果。
In that moment, Akane swings her sword down. Wow! I am blown away from the aftershock of Akane's Doryoku again.
大丈夫か、聖一。
Don't worry about me, just concentrate on your training. Even if I'm blown away multiple times, I still want to train with Akane. The reason? I don't know. I just start feeling like that whenever I see Akane.
懲りないね、聖一くん。
聖一のあの根性に俺は心底感心するぞ。
とはいえ、命あっての物種だと思うよ。ま、いざとなったら僕の動力で回復してあげるし、いいんじゃない？僕も危険だったら動力で聖一くんを瞬間移動させるよ。
そうだな。俺たちの力が少しは役に立つかもしれない。
いや、兄貴は役に立たないから変なことして足引っ張らないでよね。
そんな
Your spirit's more than enough, Jin. With companions like this, I know I'll be able to keep training.